Yeah, I played a little bit. They gave me a little chance to kind of rush off the edge and kind of gave me a chance to kind of, you know, get a feel back for rushing off the edge because I didn't kind of do that a couple of weeks before, and I felt pretty good.
How are you feeling health-wise?
Health-wise, I'm 100% now. The first few weeks, I kind of had like a groin injury. I was kind of suffering from that for like a couple weeks, and I think with the Kent State game, I got a chance to kind of have a week off, and now I'm back.
How tough is it to deal with a groin injury? I mean, we don't hear about that very much.
Yeah, I know. It was kind of something that was unexpected. I kind of had to deal with it, and you know, I kind of talked to my coach and told him that, you know, I needed some time off to kind of heal. And when I did that, that was probably one of the best things I could have done for the injury, which gave me some time to heal.
So, like, kind of getting an opportunity to do what, like you said, do what you did really well last year and show that, and still obviously make an impact in the middle.
It was actually something that I've always, you know, wanted to do as far as, you know, helping my team, you know, get the win. And, you know, with the fumble that I had, you know, last game, I always expect to try to do things like that. But it's always a good thing to kind of be able to, you know, get back on the field, you know, with my injury situation. I felt pretty good out there, and I expect to, you know, play a lot more this upcoming week.
You expecting a physical battle this week?
Yeah, absolutely. Arkansas is a good team, the SEC team, and I expect them to put up a fight like each and every team.
What do you think of the tight end, Jeremy Sprinkle?
He's a great athlete, to be honest with you. He kind of reminds me of OJ, to be honest with you. You know, he has great hands. He has, you know, some good speed as well. And he has size. I know as a defense, I know we have to, you know, learn, you know, different tactics to kind of, you know, keep him contained, and hopefully we can get him off balance, you know, as far as offensive-wise, where he wouldn't get the ball as much.
How much does Da'Ron Payne sort of joke about scoring a touchdown?
He actually jokes about it a lot. To be honest with you, man, linemen don't get a lot of chances to kind of recover the ball like that. So, you know, the fact that he did, I would expect him to do it anyway.
We talked to Sean. He said he acts like he's a world-class athlete. You see him bragging about it all the time? Yeah,
he brags about it sometimes. I mean, to be honest with you, it's almost like he kind of acts like he's been there too in a way. But, you know, at the same time, there's some cockiness behind it because, you know, the D-line, I think, is the only probably the only squad that has scored on our defense other than the DBs, and the D-linemen. That's it.
Obviously, the linebackers haven't.
Yeah.
Kind of stick with y'all a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I mean, as a group, we kind of talked about that. We was like, well, why haven't we scored yet? So hopefully this week we'll get a chance to do that.
Talk about the play of Jalen Hurd, so much so special as a freshman, and you know, he's going on his second two-road test.
Jalen, you know, he's, like I said, man, he's played very well, to be honest with you. You know, I knew he was going to, you know, be able to kind of handle some of the, you know, adversity that he was going to be faced with, especially with playing on a good team like this, being #1 in the nation. Jalen has handled it pretty well, and I expect him to do it this week. I expect him to do nothing more, nothing less than what he's been doing.
And perhaps even more surprising, Joshua Jacobs. How much is he?
He's done well as well. You know, just with all the freshmen that have came through and you know, had starting roles or played a big part, you know, and that's winning the game. I feel like all of these guys, you know, they come in and they do what they're supposed to do, and that's basically what we expect from all of them.
You were part of a pretty highly recruited class with a lot of 5-star, you know, players. How rare is it to see so many guys from one class contributing so early?
Yeah, I mean, that goes to show you, you know, a lot of people, you know, had a kind of perception of our organization thinking that we didn't play young guys, and that's not the case. You know, just with the freshmen now, they contribute or make plays just as big as plays as the older guys on our team. So that goes to show you, man, you know, these guys, they don't really care about, you know, the fact that, you know, there's older guys in front of them. You know, they're here to play ball, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
We saw you yesterday in practice, I think, at inside linebackers again. Do you know what your role is going to be going forward? Or?
I really don't know. To be honest with you, it's whatever, you know, the coach wants to put me at. Either it's rushing off the edge or playing middle. I'm just here to really just kind of, you know, play my role, and whatever that is, I'm going to do it.
Mark Barron said that this defense is more complicated than some of the defenses he had, you know, seen in the NFL. How hard is it to learn when you first come into the program?
Yeah, it's very difficult. I feel like, as a young guy, once you kind of get used to kind of learning the concepts, it comes a lot easier. But I feel like if you actually out there doing the plays and stuff like that, it's a lot easier too, because you're doing the plays and you learning the mistakes that you're making. Then after that, you'll learn that what not to do and what to do. So I mean, eventually it just takes time, and once you learn that, you'll be straight.
Without giving away any state secrets, what is difficult about the concepts? I mean, can you kind of give us an example?
It's a lot of things with a lot of names on it. That's probably one of the biggest things. Once you learn just like I said, the concepts of it all of that stuff kind of comes to you too.
It's like learning a new language.
Yeah, in a way, but you can't let yourself get stressed about it. You got to understand that it takes time. Once you understand that and actually kind of take time off, like other than just being here and learning it, kind of take some time off from from the other stuff that's around here and then actually learn it. It comes to you.
Do you guys have to spend more time, or how much time do you guys spend studying your play? People always think about college students studying for class. How much time?
Be honest with you, a lot of time. I feel like that's probably the main thing about football. I feel like if you learn your plays, the game comes to you pretty easy, and the game is a lot slower. Coach Saban pretty much teaches us that is. I'm gonna watch what I say, but it's kind of stupid to go into a game where you're not prepared. That's pretty much what he teaches us, and once we learn that, we kind of treat each and every game the same, with preparation, learning our plays, and with reps.
Talk more. What's been the biggest, difference, maybe even in-game situations between Kirby last year calling defense and now Jeremy doing it?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's kind of the same. They both the signal calling is the same. They're just two different people. With the play calling and all that stuff, that's all the same. I wouldn't say there's any drop off from Jeremy and Kirby. They're just two different coaches in two different positions now, I would say.
One a little bit more aggressive maybe on third and long? Or?
I mean, I would say Kirby is a little bit more vocal, but other than that, I mean, Jeremy, he has his own way of coaching, which we all love now, and as you can see, man, it's effective.
Thank you very much.
Do you feel like the offense kind of took some steps forward last week in Kentucky?
Yeah, I feel like we did. As we progress further into the season, I really feel like we're becoming more and more of a cohesive unit, getting more comfortable with each other, and that's the first steps you have to take in becoming an elite offense, and I think we're heading in the right direction.
You start to click in the passing game second half. Seemed like that was that one long third down play to Calvin. It seemed like this started moving in.
Absolutely. That's just a testament to how hard Calvin and Jalen work, and the whole offense works during the week. Just becoming more and more comfortable with each other, getting our routes on time, things like that. Are really helping us play better as an offense, and we're really starting to click.
What's the difference between between when it wasn't clicking into when it does? Like what snaps in the shape?
Well, you can just tell that whenever we are clicking, we're moving the ball, we're protecting great, we're getting people open, we're doing what we're supposed to do. And whenever we're not, that's when we struggle. That's when we go 3 and out and things like that. And so whenever we can, really figure out what we're doing, then we can really move the ball well.
You and Miller got a lot more playing time, obviously, when OJ was a little bit banged up early. What did you see from that experience and then playing alongside him?
That everyone's got to be ready. You never know what can happen. OJ goes down, and thankfully, he's a superhuman and he heals really fast. But it was great, just to kind of get that experience and try and gain more trust that the coaching staff would invest in me. Knowing that if OJ does go down, then I can be the guy and I can step up and contribute.
Talk about Jalen Hurd, his play and what about to go on the road again, and what makes him such a good quarterback this year.
Well, Jalen, he's really comfortable for being how young he is. He's a guy who's already a leader, even though he's just a freshman. He really gets it. He's a football-minded guy, and everyone on the offense has the utmost respect for him. And so I really think as he continues to progress, we're going to get better and better, and just excited for the season.
And talk about Josh Jacobs.
Josh has played phenomenal. Coming from a guy who didn't get much playing time in the beginning to really just working hard every week. He brings it every day in practice, and because of that, he's gotten more reps and he's shined whenever he's had to. And the best wish him. He's been playing great. So
We were about to play Ole Miss game. Jalen throwing to you in the end zone. What did you see on that play?
I really wasn't supposed to be an option there. It's kind of more of a decoy, and it just shows that always run your routes hard. You might be open, and it's a little bit of a miscommunication. I was open, and I kind of misjudged the ball, and so we'll get it right. We worked on it, and we're good now, and it won't happen again.
How much has Bradley Bozeman stepped up as an offensive leader on the offensive line? I know you're not always with them, but
yeah, just from. He's really stepped into his own from signal calling to IDing the mic in the front and things like that. He's becoming more comfortable, and he's really realizing this is what we have to do and I have to do in order to make the whole offense click, because without him we can't make our calls. The quarterback can't read the front and things like that. So the fact that he's been playing so great has really helped our offense.
What's he like as a guy in the locker room? He's always
I would say he's goofy. He loves playing football and genuine, super nice. He loves being around people, and that's what makes him a great teammate.
I think he's kind of talked about Jalen still has ways to progress with his reads. As a receiver, what are you kind of looking at? When you're an option, you talked about it was kind of the one potential play in the end zone. You weren't really an option at that play, and he still went to you. So what do you expect out of his read?
As in our offense and in every offense, the quarterback has progressions, like you said. Whether you're the first option or the fourth option, you always have to be ready because of what the defense gives you. They can take away the first three, and then you're the guy. So as Jalen becomes more and more comfortable in the offense, he's going to really learn that, hey, my first two options are taken away. This third one's open, or hey, the first one's open. I'm taking it right now. So he's been getting better and better every week, as you guys have seen, and he's just figuring out what it takes in order to survey every option.
You're from Missouri, and obviously Arkansas runs a lot of two tight end sets and plays a lot. I mean, what did you think of their offense when you went and visited them during your recruitment? Yeah, I really like their offense. Obviously, their coach is a great guy, and they're really a tight end oriented offense, as you've seen with Hunter Henry in the past, and now Jeremy Sprinkle. They really are a good model to what a pro style offense is like, and it's going to be a great challenge for our defense.
Couple more. Going back to Bradley, when he talks to us, it sounds like he's more than even most players kind of bought into what the coaches are selling. Is that something you could see for him kind of
Absolutely.
When you first got here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially because he's an older guy, and whenever I first got here, I really saw in him a leader and a guy who loved playing football, was totally bought in to Coach Saban in the process, and someone whose hard work really paid off for him, and now that he's the starting center. So have the utmost respect for him, and I'm really glad and happy for what he's done for our offense.
Were you surprised when Alabama started recruiting you?
It was a bit of a shock to me, just because it happened at such a random time, because I was in school, just normal day in January, and all of a sudden Coach Saban called. I had no prior information like, hey, he's going to call this week or anything. It was just a shock, and I was obviously just blown away by everything, and now I'm here. So
you took the call though?
Oh yeah, I took the call. Yeah.
You have to leave class, or?
Yeah.
Of all the defensive players, who has the most personality?
Probably Ryan Anderson. That dude always joking and getting on my nerves most of the time.
You say he used to give you a hard time about when you guys would go down. He'd say, this is his words, fat boys get off the field and stuff like that. But since you scored a touchdown, he hasn't been able to pick on you.
He still do every day at practice, but he just be joking. But I ain't gonna let him lay down his touchdown. Not until we get him one.
How much do you actually bring up the touchdown?
Just every time he talk about me getting off the field, I say something about the touchdown.
So the teammates are starting to get a little tired of hearing about your touchdown.
Oh yeah, they gonna have to hear it though.
You never gonna stop? What do you tell them? Just kind of give us an example.
I joke with Ryan like, yeah, you can't talk about me until you get a touchdown. And he almost had one Kentucky game, but nah, not yet.
Sean Deacon said it was a 2-inch touchdown. That anybody could have done that.
We just hang.
When you walk into rooms, you should start diving through the core, the door of the goal.
It was kind of an athletic play though. You had to reach. What did you see in that play? You had to reach back, get the ball.
I was just trying to get the ball in the end zone.
like you said, he was very athletic. I mean, most people they'll hit a knee, but you were able to jump quickly over that line. Pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
Was it all in slow motion, or just kind of take us through that play? I mean, was it quick?
No, during practice, I usually always just try to scoop and score the ball. So when I see the ball, I just try to pick it up and get it over the end zone.
You sort of looking forward to a physical type of running style?
Yeah, we don't really face that many just downhill running teams. Well, not yet, but Arkansas is going to be really our first test. So really excited to see what our D-line going to do and our defense as a whole.
What's that like? I mean, this team especially was one of those traditional downhill running style teams for years, and then obviously now it's kind of changed up a little bit to be more fastball, to be more pace. What's it like kind of not preparing for that traditional style as much as maybe you had in the past?
We still practice like every situation that comes to the game. Like we have team run during practice and all that, so we're really just used to it and try to practice it hard.
You had kind of a big game against Arkansas last year, didn't you? You had like 3 tackles. It was your first start, right?
I really can't remember, but yeah, I thought I did some good things against Arkansas last year.
Going against them in practice, what makes Jalen Hurd and Joshua Jacobs special?
Jalen, he's really fast. Like, you'll think you got him, but he'll just get around you real quick. So Coach Saban really gets on to us by containing him most of the time. So, and Joshua, he always runs hard and really gives that extra effort every play. So that's good for him.
How about Bradley Bozeman on the offensive line? How tough is he?
He's a great player, and I try to give him my all, so make him a better player. So, and he does the same.
What makes him good though?
Oh, he's strong. Like I think he benches, if not the same, if not more than me. So yeah, he's pretty strong.
We've heard obviously last year guys like Rashaan and Jaron really didn't abide by the don't touch the quarterback. You know, who's those guys on this defense now? Kind of abide by the rules.
We try to, but we got like young pups like Raekwon. Coach got to get after him about it sometimes, so they try to stay on him.
Have you seen him kind of develop as he's obviously gotten some more opportunities in games and more confidence after sitting out a little bit?
I just see him really trying to learn the playbook and just watching us at practice and trying to learn from us and do little things to better himself.
Since the DBs and D-line have all scored, do you guys gang up on the linebackers some?
Nah, like usually during the game, we just like, yeah, we ain't scored yet, so it's time to make a play. So.
How serious is that competition, though, in terms of just trying to get turnovers, get points on the defense side of the ball?
The turnover part, that's a real big part of our defense. The coaches preach that every day at practice, rip the ball out, strip the ball out, and scoop and score when you see the ball. So that's a real big part.
What have you told Dalvin? Because he's the only defensive lineman to get to score on one.
I ain't said too much about to Dalvin. But I know he's trying to get him one too.
And so you just try to scoop it and run, or is it just jump on the ball?
Just get the ball, period. Just, you ain't really got to scoop and score, just get the possession.
You had one play against Kentucky where you just sort of shoved the guys to the ground. How much do you take pride in sort of showing off that sort of showing?
I was just doing what I had to do, being a part of the defense.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Huh? You don't look comfortable.
Oh, man, I'm all right.
So we've been talking, obviously, several defensive players. Sean Dean talked about linebackers really haven't scored touchdowns. You got 2. How much do you hold that over some of the other players on this team?
I mean, we don't really brag about it for real. Just when we're able to capitalize, on another side of the ball instead of offense, it feels good. So.
You ever play offense in your life?
Yeah, high school. Yeah, that was like my main position in high school. I played receiver, and kick return, punt return, stuff like that.
You're pretty natural with the ball. The way how do you describe your running style?
Like when I get the ball, I just turn into an offensive player. Like all the things from high school and my little league, they just come back into play, and I just see things and try to make plays.
Did you try to play receiver here when you got here?
I wanted to. I wanted to at least give it a shot, but Coach Saban ain't had that. So.
You seem to have uncanny field vision. I mean, just being able to kind of see the whole entire field as you're setting up those blocks and the run backs. I mean, because I think you, at one point, you returned, I think, almost 33% of like any interception or punts that you'd for touchdowns. Can you talk about that?
I mean, we practice it on the field. Like when we catch an interception, everybody turns and block the nearest receiver. And it's just, just able to see things and make cuts and reads and just capitalize.
We talked about some of the punt returns. Saban was talking about the decision-making process of like to catch it, to field it, or run it back. I guess what goes through your mind? What checklist are you going through when you see a ball in the air?
This past weekend, I misjudged the ball a couple times, but I just got to be more aggressive, attacking the ball, and just getting us good field position. If I can't return it, fair catch, and don't let the ball bounce behind me. That was one of the things he kept talking about.
You had one where I think you waited for it to bounce.
Yeah.
That was one of your bigger returns of the day. It bounced right in front of you, and then there were defenders all around you at that point. You still made like 33 yards, I think, on the return. Walk us through with something like that when you're waiting on a bounce, got to time it right, a lot of other things happen.
I actually think if I would have attacked the ball, it would have been a touchdown or a bigger return. So, it just bounced, and I just seen the cut left, and then I seen some of my teammates, and I thought Julio was gonna make the block, but the guy was turned. His back was facing him, so he didn't want to clip it. So I tried to cut back and just try to make something happen.
Is the moment after an interception, it's kind of like the same thing as the moment after a punt? Or after you return a punt, like when you're seeing the ball upfield, does it differ any?
Kinda, but not really. I know on the punt, I know guys coming down full speed at you, so you got to make the right read. If you're gonna return it, you're gonna return it. But if you're not, you better call for a catch so somebody knocks your head off. And an interception return, everybody's running the opposite way while you're running, another way. So I guess it's kind of different. You can say.
Is there roughing it all when you see it, when you're looking up in the air, you hear footsteps coming at you?
Yeah, most definitely. You don't, like I said, you don't want nobody to take your head off, so you try to keep your eye on the ball and keep your eye on the defenders running down the field. But it's fun. When you make a big play, it's fun.
Mark Barron said, this week that defenses in the NFL are less complicated than the defense that he saw at Alabama. What's so complicated about the defense at Alabama, like some of the things that you have to learn, especially like with the pattern matching? And can you talk about that?
I can say the biggest thing is formation recognition. You got to recognize formations. Then when they motion, you in the whole other defense. Now everything's switched, and it's just things like that. Full strong low and things like that. It's kind of complicated, and just you got to really pay attention and have your eyes in the right spot and focus.
Is that like the rip lids thing that you guys do?
Yeah, like rip lids, the buzz, where to come down, when to spin, when not to spin. And if you blitz from this side and the motion change, you blitz from the other side. So it's kind of complicated, yeah, most definitely.
When you were being recruited, were you a little surprised that you weren't getting more attention than you did?
Not really, because I played like my senior year, so everything started coming in late. But when they came in, I was actually surprised that I got as many offers as I got, because being a one-year guy in high school, so I was kind of shocked.
How did Alabama kind of find you?
I'm not sure. I just know Coach Stoutland started recruiting me before he left. He started recruiting. He used to always tell me, "Oh, you the diamond in the rough. You the diamond in the rough," and play it out for the best.
Is being a diamond in the rough, does that kind of inspire you as you go along in your career?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Being an underdog. I've been an underdog my whole life, so people doubt. Just prove them wrong. That's one thing I can say I'd like to do.
What have you seen out of Jeremy Sprinkle, the tight end at Arkansas?
He's versatile. He's a big guy. He has good hands, and he can run smooth routes, and he's a good blocker. So we just really got to be on top and have our eyes in the right place.
Over the last few years, this defense has kind of made some changes to, obviously defend the fast pace, the fastball kind of offenses. What's different about facing a team more traditional like Arkansas, maybe like Alabama a few years ago?
It's just physical. You will be in the trenches. They're going to keep running the ball until you stop them, and, they're going to throw the ball, but if you can't start it running, we'll keep running. So you just got to be physical and just hold your ground.
It's a challenge for a defensive back like yourself.
Yeah, just coming down, playing the box, and be ready to tackle and make plays.
That said, how much has their offense evolved since when you first got here? How different is it now to then?
It's basically the same thing. They still, like I said, it's in the trenches offense. They're gonna run the ball, they throw I formation, things like that, and being nickel. Barely in nickel, so they're being a lot of green and silver. So, safety's gonna be down in the box a lot this game.
Talk about Joshua Jacobs and his play. 100 yards, scoring a touchdown or two a game. How impressive has he been?
I mean, that's very impressive. I mean, just to see a guy like him, you know, he did it in scrimmages over the summer. We used to say, like, man, he's going to be something special. Like, he's a workhorse, man, and just happy for him. You know, watching guys like that, first-year guys come in and make plays and watch them grow and get older and just see what they're becoming. It's a great feeling.
He's got a really quick cut.
Yeah.
Like when you're as a DB and you're kind of looking down on it, you know, how difficult is that sometimes to read that and make, you know, not get tripped up?
It's real difficult. You know, we do tackling drills on it. Don't stop your feet. When you stop your feet with a guy like that, he's going to make you miss, you know, most of the time. So, like I say, he's a great guy. He's a great back, and he works hard. So it's paying off for him, and I'm happy for him.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.